Superman versus Sentry. This is one of the big ones in the comic book community. Let's dive into it.
Not impressed.
The consensus usually boils down to this. Superman wins the fight, but Sentry wins the who has more raw power contest. If we look strictly at the stat sheet, Sentry, Robert Reynolds, often edges out the Man of Steel due to the nature of his abilities.
I don't want to hurt you guys. Why don't you just turn yourselves in?
Superman power generate from solar radiation, yellow sun, super strength, super speed, heat vision, freeze breath, X-ray vision, nearly invulnerable. But his only weakness is kryptonite, magic, red sun. The Sentry power generate from experimental super soldier serum, super strength, super speed, molecular manipulation, reality warping, telepathy, and true immortality. He can reform from a single atom, but mental instability, the void, is his inner demon. Why Sentry is more powerful. Sentry isn't just a brick who punches things. He has molecular manipulation on par with, and sometimes exceeding, the Molecule Man. He can literally rewrite the atoms of his opponents. Technically, he could turn Superman's cape into kryptonite, or simply unmake Clark's physical form. Furthermore, Sentry is notoriously difficult to kill. He has returned from being completely atomized by sheer force of will. The Superman advantage. So why does Superman still win most hypothetical debates? Mental fortitude. Bob Reynolds is his own worst enemy. His powers are tied to his fragile psyche. Superman is the ultimate paragon of willpower. In a long, drawn-out fight, Clark's tactical mind and emotional stability usually allow him to outmaneuver a Sentry who is busy fighting a mental war with the void. The narrative shield. As meta as it sounds, several DC stories, like Doomsday Clock, imply that Superman is the fixed point of the DC multiverse. Reality itself often bends to ensure he survives because he is the archetype of the hero. Combat mastery. Clark has decades of experience fighting God-tier threats: Darkseid, Mongol, Anti-Monitor. Sentry often relies on raw, sloppy power because he's so much stronger than everyone else in his room. The void variable. If Sentry loses control and becomes the void, the fight shifts. The void is a Lovecraftian shadow entity that doesn't care about heroic limits. In this scenario, Superman is in deep trouble. The void uses psychological warfare, manifesting its opponent's deepest fears. However, Superman has resisted high-level telepathy and psychic trauma before. For example, for the Man Who Has Everything. Most fans believe Superman would find a way to reach Bob Reynolds inside the void, potentially ending the fight with empathy rather than a punch. The verdict. In a sparring match, Superman wins. He's the better fighter and more disciplined. In a bloodlusted fight to the death, Sentry wins. His immortality and molecular hacks are simply too broken for a physical powerhouse like Superman to overcome permanently. Subscribe to the channel and come back for most interest theory about comics.